All right, happy Friday, everybody. It's a mini blog version again today, but a few things I wanted to point out. First off, our severe risk today is a slight risk located along the actual front itself in Missouri back into Kansas. No worries about that here. Now, tomorrow, there's a marginal risk that extends down to about Cincinnati or Kings Island, I would say, to be the extent of that. And that it's lining up really well with the upper-level winds that, or the mid-level winds really, that are the strongest, really are found here in that area outlined in the darker green. For us, there could be some rumbles of thunder. We could get a couple of wind gusts of 30, 35 miles per hour with some of the thunderstorms, but the best wind energy by far is going to be closer to the low pressure that is, again, tracking into the Great Lakes there. And then as we get into Sunday, well, nothing to talk about. We're nice and quiet. All right, so here's the latest look at the radar, and you'll be able to see the radar trends so far this morning. It is to increase the high clouds, and we're going to see that continue. The high clouds will stream over, so kind of a hazy sky today. Few sprinkles may get clipped here from these showers moving across Indiana. I don't see anything overly heavy impacting northern counties, but if it were to happen, it would be from Bedford to Seymour and North Vernon. So we'll monitor that throughout the entire day. This is kind of a warning shot, if you will, of the actual front itself. So it's pretty much draped in this kind of fashion, and the areas of thunderstorms are kind of getting ahead of the front here in Illinois and pushing into Ohio. So now that they're moving too far away from the front, they're going to weaken as they run out of the support. All right, so not a big issue for us, but we're getting the blow-off clouds, and that was what we feared earlier in the week. If we got the blow-off clouds, and that would mean that we would not have a chance to hit 90 degrees, and I think the haziness will prevent that from happening. But here's the actual front, and that is what we're going to be dealing with as we head into Saturday. Here are the wind fields for this afternoon and tonight. You see it all out of the south, and then tomorrow, boom, there goes the front around 2 or 3 o'clock, and we get a lot of wind gusts, potentially up to 25 to 30 miles per hour in some cases with those strong northerly winds. So it looks like to be maybe a few sprinkles tomorrow morning, but I would say noon tomorrow to 4 o'clock is when that front will push through the band of showers, a few rumbles of thunder, and then we just get pretty windy. So I think the wind and the temperature may be more of a bigger deal than the rain will end up actually being. How much rain are we talking about? Well, not a lot. The models are indicating roughly a tenth of an inch or less. It's going to be very spotty, though. So could you see more than that? Absolutely. Could you see zero? Absolutely. So not exactly the kind of rain we were hoping for to help us out with this dry ground. This is not the system for that. What could be, maybe, is what happens next week. And that's going to be our biggest headache. This is a tropical system that's getting slowly better organized. It's a favorable area to have something develop here, and whether or not it becomes a depression or not is a little unclear. Here's our cold front we're watching, but as the front moves in, we may see some type of entanglement here where we get an upper-level low that will develop over the Appalachians. The question is it going to be more focused with the tropical activity and stay away from us, or will we actually see this upper-level low develop in response to that front stalling out here along the eastern seaboard? The difference, well, if you let this dominate the weather pattern and the front washes itself out, we're going to warm things back up pretty quick into the mid-80s. If we start to see more of the upper-level low feature develop here after the front passes, it may likely keep it as depending on its location, we may have a strong southeast or due east wind throughout most of next week, and that's not exactly a warming wind, and that would keep us kind of cloudy at times, maybe a few showers, and temperatures below normal in the 70s. And I wish I had a better idea of which way this was going to go, because here's the latest models. Here is the European model. First off, here's the coolness. After this front Saturday, yeah, we cool below normal as we head into Sunday. So we're talking about, temperatures in the 70s, barely in the 70s Sunday, maybe some 40s again Monday morning. But the Euro hints at the cutoff low scenario. It is showing a cooler than normal setup generally in the eastern part of the country, but then after that, it's saying we're going to warm things up the last couple days of the month there. All right, here's the GFS. Similar deal. Cools us down as we end to Sunday by on the front, so pretty confident we're going to be cooler on Sunday. Then it gets into that upper level low feature that kind of just hangs out. I will say the GFS seems to be a little further to the south with it, but it does have some influence on us temperature-wise. And then by the end of the month, it's showing a pretty healthy. It's hard to tell what this is. This could be some type of tropical system, or it could be what may turn out to be the first. I don't want to say nor'easter because we'll get too trendy on Twitter. I don't want to do that. But a decent northeast low that could really drive in some chilly air in our area for the last couple days of the month. But this is the GFS, and it's way out there. So confidence, low. on that account. But it is interesting to see that they're both struggling with next week on how it's going to evolve. So that's why our confidence for next week right now is going to remain pretty low on the confidence meter until we get better agreement. Anytime you get a tropical system that is involved in the Gulf Stream area here across the southeast, anytime you have that involved, the computer models really struggle with these kind of features because they're kind of rogue in a way. They really don't belong in any good normal weather pattern, so they kind of shake things up, and the models have a field day with trying to sort it all out. So next week is going to be a headache. And I'll be back on the Wave 3 News Sunrise Show next week as well, so I'll be done with it. But for now, I'm going to sign off. We'll catch you later.